Hello saxophone students. Just a short video to show you, remind you how to clean and look after your saxophone. And parents, you might want to watch this too and help them make sure they're looking after their instrument, and it may save you a trip to the repair shop too. So you've all gotten good at putting together your saxophones. Make sure when you take them apart, you do it the same way. You take the neck off first. So you unscrew that, take the neck off, making sure that you don't grab the very delicate octave key. So let me just show you. Make sure you never grab this. It can get bent out of shape very easily. You either grab it like that, or underneath, or at the bottom. Okay, so you take that out. Then you can take the mouthpiece off, loosen the ligature and take the reed out. Put your reed away where it's nice and protected, either in your reed, if you have a reed protector like that, or you put it back in the red plastic protector that it came with. Now I'm going to show you how to swab out all three pieces. So you have something called a pull through, which looks a bit like this. I believe yours have a black string, but it's got a weight on the end of the string, and it's got a gray felt part. So you take the black mouthpiece and you drop it through, but don't pull it all the way through because it's too thick. So if you drop it in, just very gently pull it part of the way through just to get the moisture out, and then pull it out, and then you may just want to rub the outside, get that nice and clean. So that's all done. You put the ligature back on. You've got a shiny ligature like this. You put that back on. You put the cap on, so it looks like that. And then you put that back in the case. Again, being very careful with your neck joint. You swab this out next, holding it like this. You drop the weight through the end. You put it in the big end. And very gently, you just pull it part of the way through. It won't go all the way through or it'll get stuck. So just enough to get the moisture out, and then you pull it out. That should be all nice and dry inside. And then if you hold it from here, you can rub off any fingerprints. Again, being very careful not to bend this octave key because it has to be able to go up and down like that and not get bent. All right, so this can go back in the case. Oh, and every once in a while you can put a dab of cork grease on this cork if you have trouble sliding the mouthpiece on. This is the cork grease. You just put a dab of that on your finger and you rub it on the end here. Okay, that should only have to be done maybe once every month or two. And make sure after you put it on your finger that you wipe your finger with a tissue so you don't get the cork grease all over your instrument. All right, so I'm going to put that back in the case. Now, swabbing out the body is the tricky bit because you don't want to drop it on the floor. So keep it on your case like that. You drop the weight into the bell. Okay, you let it go down in there, and then you hold the very tip of it there. Okay, and you turn it over like this, again keeping it over the case so you don't drop it on the floor. The weight should come out the other end, and then very gently pull it through like that. Okay, and especially if you've been playing for a while, you can even do it a second time. Make sure you've got all the moisture out of there. So we'll drop it in again, hold the very end of that. Now it doesn't always come through, so you might have to try that a couple times. But pull it through like that, very gently, so it doesn't get stuck. You have to make sure that doesn't get wadded up into a bowl, or else it can actually get stuck in there. Okay, so, right, so that's getting all the moisture out of there, and that's very important, because if there's moisture trapped inside, it can grow bacteria, get very smelly, and it also makes the brass corrode so that this neck joint gets harder to put in and out. So once you've cleaned the inside, you can take the outside cloth, yours is blue, a brighter blue, and it doesn't have the string on it, and you can wipe off the fingerprints like this. Keep it nice and shiny, especially the keys where the fingers have been touching. You can lay it down, and you can wipe all the shiny parts. The other good thing to remember is make sure if you've been eating before you play your saxophone that you rinse your mouth out with water, because you don't want to blow food through your instrument. Even brushing your teeth is even better before you play. But make sure you haven't been eating sticky things or drinking sweet drinks just before you play, because that will coat the inside of your saxophone. Alright, so our saxophones are all nice and clean. So keep your cloths in here so they're always ready to go for next time. And then make sure you zip up your cases, or actually your cases have things to close there, and then it's ready to go, and it'll keep in good condition for playing.